All right, welcome back, everyone. Hopefully, everything is good. Let me know in the chat if you guys can hear me. Make sure I'm not having any sound issues. Happy New Year to everyone. Thanks for tuning in 2025. Am I even live yet? Let's see. Please hit those like buttons if you're just getting in. Um, let me guys. I guess I'm live. Seem to be having a bit of an issue with my thing here, but all right, yeah, got a thumbs up from Coffee Girl. Thank you so much. Much love to you guys. So we got a lot to talk about. I mean, how eventful all of this has been the last 2 days, really. I mean, what a way to start. What a way to start the new year with lightning, blackouts. Guys, for a year and a half, I've been talking about the year 2025 as the year of the blackout and the lightning, okay? And now, the first day of 2025, we get a blackout, we get lightning, and we get a vehicle attack that was a lightning truck, okay? So if you guys haven't watched my videos over the last year and a half, go back and give them a watch because you'll see that in 2025, I suspected we could get some sort of electrical stuff. And this year has started out with electricity, okay? And what you're seeing here on the screen, let me know if you guys can see that in the chat. Can you guys see the lightning strikes? So apparently, the new year started out with lightning striking 3 buildings in the same day on the first day of the year. First of all, what are the chances of that? Okay, the Empire State Building got struck by lightning. Big shout out to Into Thin Air on X. This is what I'm showing you here. But yeah, a lightning strike on the Empire State Building, and then a lightning strike on the Capitol, and then a lightning strike at the Washington Monument. Oh, how crazy is that, guys? Now, let me just show you why this is important. Why did they start the year with lightning? All right, so let's start out with this gematria. I think it's a good place to start, okay? So we have lightning striking 3 very prominent US buildings, the Empire State, the Capitol, and the Washington Monument. This starts out New Year, right? Well, in gematria, the word lightning equals New Year 2025. Hmm. Notice how it equals lightning in 2 ciphers. Now, we just had the 100-year-old president die, okay? Jimmy Carter from Georgia, okay? And let's not forget the president from Georgia just died. He was 100 years old, okay? And his team, and don't forget Georgia equals 44. Let me just show you that. Georgia. See how Georgia equals 44, right? Well, notice how lightning equals 44. Notice how New Year 2025 equals 44. And what is this Turbo Ink? What is Turbo Ink? I'm going to get to that in a minute, but or Turo Ink. But again, lightning striking the the Capitol, the Empire State Building, and the Washington Monument. And we just had the 100-year-old president Jimmy Carter die, and his team from Georgia is in the championship game today. The Devil went down to Georgia. That's a good addition as well. Anyway, we just had a car attack, a truck attack, okay, in New Orleans. Right? A truck attack in New Orleans. Now, the truck that he was driving, this guy, was a Ford F-150 Lightning truck. Okay, just for a second. So the same day on New Year's that we get a lightning strike at these three buildings, we get a lightning truck striking victims in New Orleans. Ford F-150 Lightning. Why is this important, guys? Because it's a Ford F-150, 150, okay? Well, who is the 44th president? Remember how I told you lightning equals 44, New Year 2025 equals 44? Who was the 44th president? Yeah, I know the Super Bowl is held in New Orleans, but thank you for adding that. The Super Bowl this year is going to be in New Orleans, yes. But today, there's a championship game in college football happening in New Orleans the same day as this truck attack. Now, the 44th president of the United States is Barack Obama. Okay. Now, what does Barack mean? Can anyone in the chat tell me what Barack means in the Strong's Concordance of the Bible? What does Barack mean? He was the 44th president, and Barack means what? It means lightning. Okay. And we had a Ford F-150, Lightning. And how many days after Barack Obama's birthday do you think today is? Let's just look at it. Barack Obama is born on August 4th. So today is 150 days after Barack Obama's birthday, the 44th president. Again, let me bring this all together. Barack means lightning. Barack Obama was the 44th president. Lightning equals 44. His name means lightning. On the first day of New Year 2025, we get a lightning strike at the Washington Monument and Capitol Hill and on the Empire State Building, okay? And the lightning truck that rams into the people in New Orleans is a Ford F-150 Lightning. And today just happens to be 150 days after the 44th Lightning president's birthday. Okay? Please hit those likes. I mean, I got 41 likes in here, 95 people in here, 41 likes. Come on. Guys, please. Like, if what am I? What is there anything to question here? Like, it's just craziness. We have lightning, and we have Barack, who means lightning. 150 days after his birthday, there's an attack with a Ford F-150 Lightning. And again, how does this go back to what I've been talking about for like nearly 2 years? All right, nearly 2 years. I've been talking about this Ford F1, or I mean, I've been talking about the blackout, right? The lightning. Okay. Well, again, guys, what happened the day before New Year's on New Year's Eve? Puerto Rico is without power. All right. So let's bring all this together. On New Year's Eve, Puerto Rico gets a huge blackout. Puerto Rico left in the dark by New Year's Eve blackout. Okay. And what's been a main topic of my channel? The main topic of my channel has been blackouts. Okay. And I told you, watch out for March 2025 for a possible blackout. And now at the beginning of 2025, we have a blackout in Puerto Rico, and Puerto Rico is a territory of the United States. My girlfriend's in the chat. Love you, babe. And big shout out to Casey Jones. He's talking about the Tesla truck that exploded in front of Trump Tower in Vegas. Yeah, we're going to look, I guess we'll look into that too, the Tesla truck. No, Smith W., I don't think I'm too cool. I'm just in the middle of presenting something. I'll get to you in a second, okay? Trust me. You can jump on here after I'm done presenting if you want. So anyways, a blackout on New Year's Eve, and then after that, we get lightning strikes. Now, what is lightning? It's power. It's electricity, right? Lightning strikes, and then we get a car ramming in New Orleans called a Ford F-150 Lightning. So this is the type of car that this guy used. And as I told you, we're starting out the new year with Lightning 100. And remember, President Carter just died at 100 years old, and he's from Georgia, which equals 44, like lightning, 100. Now, what if I told you that we got lightning strikes? We got lightning strikes the same day we got the 2025 New Orleans truck attack. That's what they're calling it. The 2025 New Orleans truck attack. And then the day before that, the same day, we got lightning strikes at 3 buildings, right? Well, in gematria, the word lightning strikes equals 84. Lightning strikes equals 84, like 2025 New Orleans truck attack. Now, who's born on 84? Barack Obama, Mr. Lightning himself, is born on 84. 150 days later, like a Ford F-150, you get all this lightning stuff, okay? So again, and don't forget, in Jewish cipher, Obama equals 84, right? So Obama equals 84. He's born on 84. 2025 New Orleans truck attack, 84. Lightning strikes, 84. Barack means lightning. Even the mayor of Latoya Cantrell, the mayor of New Orleans, she also has that 84. But yeah, Barack, Obama equals 84. Perfect. Now, Puerto Rico having their blackouts on New Year's Eve is not a coincidence, because I told you guys, let's go back to this video. All right, guys, so this is a video from January 5th, 2023, almost a year ago. And I called this "The Blackout is Commencing." So almost a year ago, I posted a video called "The Blackout is Commencing." And then, to begin the year of 2025, Puerto Rico has a blackout. Okay? Now, this video, look at this video, guys. I don't know if you can see it well, but in this video, I was talking about this video right here from the Philadelphia Eagles called "The Blackout is Commencing." They posted this in 2022, I believe. Yeah, 11/27/2022. The Philadelphia Eagles posted a black uniforms, and they posted "The Blackout is Commencing." The Philadelphia Eagles. Okay, so just to prove to you guys that I've been talking about "The Blackout is Commencing" since 2022. Okay. And now look what happens on the same day that Puerto Rico has a blackout. What did the Philadelphia Eagles post? On the same day that Puerto Rico goes dark, the same team that posted "The Blackout is Commencing" in 2022, which I covered, the same team that posted that on X yesterday, on the day of the Puerto Rico blackout, they posted "Flip the Switch," and they posted a black color. You see it? They posted their all black uniforms on the same day as a blackout in Puerto Rico. What are the chances of that, first of all? Guys, everything that I've been talking about with the Philadelphia Eagles for a year and a half, and "The Blackout is Commencing," just came to fruition at the beginning of 2025. Okay? They literally posted this new profile picture, all black, like "Blackout is Commencing," and then 2 years earlier they posted this, right? And what happens? We're going to watch this video, guys. I'm not going to turn the sound on, but we're going to watch this video. This is the video from 2022 called "The Blackout is Commencing" from the Philadelphia Eagles. So let's watch it. high voltage, right? Electricity, high voltage. It shows a football stadium, right? The switch is flipped. Sorry, guys, I got in the way. Let me play this again. Let me play it again. I don't know why it takes so long for this thing to go out. All right, so he goes into the high voltage room, right? There's the football stadium. There's the flip switch. There's the United States going black. And there's the black uniforms. Okay? Now, again, this was in 2022. I covered this. In 2022, I covered this. And now, yesterday, they posted this, flip the switch. In the video they posted a year and a half ago, they flipped the switch, right? So what do you think they're telling us? Are they flipping the switch? 2025 is the flip the switch year, okay? Dark to light, right? Or light to dark, maybe, right? So how perfect it is that the next day we get lightning strikes at these buildings and we get an attack in New Orleans with a truck called a Ford F-150 Lightning. And why is it so important that this attack happened in New Orleans? Does anyone know what I'm already leading to here? This attack happened with a lightning in New Orleans. What happened in New Orleans in 2013? Guys, that is where the Blackout Bowl happened. Please hit those likes, guys. I don't see how I don't have 128 likes out of the 128 people in here. How could people not? I've been on this for 2 years, guys. I've been on this for 2 years. And it's finally coming. Who's been talking about the blackout is commencing? Who's been talking about the Blackout Bowl? Who's been talking about the blackout, the lightning? And it all happened in 2 days, in the last 2 days. Everything. It hasn't. Puerto Rico went dark, and Puerto Rico is part of the United States territory. Okay. So, and then you have the lightning strikes, and then you have the Eagles posting the blackout. Okay. The Blackout Bowl was in New Orleans, guys, in 2013. This Super Bowl between the Baltimore Ravens, the Blackbird, right, and the San Francisco 49ers happened in New Orleans. And now in New Orleans, we get a attack 39 days before the Super Bowl this year, which is in the same place, okay? If you guys don't understand what they're telling us, I don't know what else to say. But like the same place as the Blackout Super Bowl, and now we have this Blackout Super Bowl. This is in the same place as the Blackouts. It's all perfect, okay? Just to start the year, okay? Now, how many days is this? Is this attack before my blackout date? Remember, if you guys haven't watched my videos, one of the dates I have set, or looking for a blackout is March 26th. March 26th, 2025 is one of the days I've pinned down for a possible blackout. Well, today is 85 days, or yesterday was also 85 days before my date. Well, what is this? What is the gematria of blackout? Guys, blackout equals 85. There was a blackout 85 days before my date that I talked about a year and a half ago. I talked about a blackout on March 26, 2025. 85 days before that, there is a blackout in Puerto Rico. Now remember, blackout equals 85. We're going to be in the year of the snake, which equals 85. Remember, there's lots of blackouts in the year of the snake. Okay. People are telling me in the chat that the Sugar Bowl was postponed. Okay, well, again, let's go back and watch this. Let's go back and watch this Philadelphia Eagles thing. Let's just watch it one more time. He walks into the high voltage electricity, lightning, right? He goes in, he flips the switch. There's the football stadium. You see the football stadium, right? Today there was a football game supposed to be played right before the lightning truck hits the people, right? Do you guys get it? A truck called lightning strikes people on the street. Do you get it? It struck them. It's a lightning strike. And then the same day, yesterday night, lightning is striking the 3 buildings. Okay, in case no one saw this, I opened up the video with this. 3 lightning strikes on 3 important buildings. The Philadelphia Eagles, the same day, flipped the switch. Or one day before, actually. The Philadelphia Eagles flipped the switch, and here's my video from January 5th, 2023, called "The Blackout is Commencing." And I talked about this video they posted almost a year and a half ago. And now you have the lightning truck and you have the lightning strikes. And Joseph just got in here, I see. But Joseph, he was just live. But let me finish this thing about the 85, right? I told you guys a year and a half ago, I'm watching the date 326. I told you guys this like way before the date, right? Because I found this. If you guys haven't watched my old videos, I found this a long time ago. And I said, watch March 26, 2025. March 26, 2025. Watch for that day, the 85th day of the year. And now 85 days, of course, before that, we get a blackout in Puerto Rico, right? And then the next day, which is also 85 days before New Year's Day, right? 85 days or 84. Now, who's born on 8/4? Joseph will like this again. Who's born on 8/4? Remember, they're calling this the 2025 New Orleans truck attack, which equals lightning strikes. And this happens the same day as lightning strikes, right? These ones. And again, lightning strikes equals 84. Barack Obama born on 84. Obama equals 84 in Jewish. Now, today is Obama's birthday was 8/4, right? 150 days to today, the Ford F-150 Lightning. I mean, it's so perfect. How is the whole world not seeing this decode right now? Like, I'm not even needing so many numbers. I'm just showing you guys the clear evidence that this is all about the blackout and the lightning. That's what this is. Who's Obama? He's the first black president, supposedly, right? Blackout, lightning. It's all the same. Joseph says terror attack also equals 84. Yeah. Yeah, lightning strikes 84, 2025 New Orleans truck attack 84, the mayor of New Orleans equals 84, Barack born in 84, Obama equals 84. His name means lightning. Today's 150 days after his birthday, okay? You guys got that by now. But this video is where I told you watch out for, a blackout, right? So make sure you guys go check out my blackout is commencing videos so you guys can understand I've been talking about this for a while. Now, remember, this Super Bowl that was a blackout Super Bowl was in New Orleans. Again, it was in New Orleans, guys. The blackout Super Bowl in 2013 is in the same city we just got this attack today, and the same time that Puerto Rico is in a blackout. Again, New Orleans is New Orleans, New Year. The new year is going to be a year of lightning and blackouts, apparently. That's what they're telling us. Now, just to type in a few things here. Remember, we just had the 100-year-old president die. I just want to retouch on this. We just had the 100-year-old president. And then the 44th president, his name means lightning, and he was the 44th president, Barack Obama. Again, I just already connected that. But again, Georgia boy, Jimmy Carter, he's born in Georgia. Tonight, Georgia was supposed to play. I know it got postponed. Georgia was supposed to play in the game tonight in New Orleans. Again, Georgia equals 44. Obama was the 44th. New Year 2025 equals 44. Now, this truck Notice that the truck, the Lightning F-150 that this guy drove, it was a rental car. See right here, the Ford F-150 Lightning used in the attack was a rental car from Turo Inc. in San Francisco, who was part of the Blackout Bowl in New Orleans. It was San Francisco. So it was Baltimore and San Francisco in the Blackout Bowl. And now you have the Lightning vehicle. It was rented out through Toro Inc. Look at Toro Inc. So the Lightning truck was rented out by Toro Inc., which equals Lightning, which equals New Year 2025. Okay, in 2 ciphers. So yeah, the Lightning truck rented out by Toro Inc. Perfectly timed, perfectly placed. There's probably more to look into about this company. Look at this. This company was founded in 2009. Who became the president in 2009, guys? How perfect is that? Can anyone in the chat tell me who became the president in 2009? The same guy that means lightning. The same guy that means lightning in Gematria. His name means lightning. Toro Inc. equals lightning. Right? And they're telling you that why are you getting these lightning strikes, right? And anyone in the chat want to tell me what the odds are that the 3 very famous buildings in the United States get struck by lightning on New Year's Eve, especially when it's the middle of winter and most of these cities are supposed to be cold right now? And when do you ever see lightning strikes in the middle of dead winter in these cities? Tell me that, guys. When do you ever see lightning strikes in Washington in the middle of winter? And what's the chances that the lightning strike hits 3 of these buildings on the same night in the middle of winter? Lightning happens mostly during the summer. It makes no sense. Like, it's absolutely astronomical odds that this would happen the way it did, right? And the Eagles flipping the switch, right? And again, just to one last time, we're going to watch this Blackout is commencing video just so you guys can. This is again from 2022. The Blackout is commencing. He walks in. And they specifically show the football stadium, and then they show flipping the switch, right? Flip the switch. Then they show the United States going dark. And then they show the uniforms, right? That they're debuting. So yeah, that's the video. Just wanted to prove that I was talking about that video a year and a half, 2 years, a year and a half ago, pretty much. That's when I started talking about it. All right, so again, we have the 42-year-old from Houston, and he was carrying an ISIS flag, right? You know what's interesting about, well, let me talk about the suspect for a second. Yeah, flip the switch equals 1318. I saw that also. Of course, the reason the 1318 is important, and look at this, flip the switch. You see how it equals 193? Well, 193 is the 44th prime number, like lightning equals 44, Obama the 44th. So flip the switch even has that 44 connection. But notice how flip the switch also equals 1318. Well, that's the verse in the Bible that talks about the number of the beast, Revelation 13:18. But I want to talk about the suspect for a second. This should blow your mind, guys. So the suspect, the original name they released for the suspect was Shamsud Din Jabbar. Okay, right here, Shamsud Din Jabbar. Now on Wikipedia, they've added a name to his name now. They've added a name to the perpetrator's name. They've added Bahar to his name. So the original name they released is different now, but the original name was coded, okay? So the original name was Shamsud Din Jabbar, okay? And this guy was a guy who performed a vehicle ramming attack. That's what they call these. Samchun Jid-Jabbar performed a vehicle ramming attack. Okay. And his name in Gematria, in one of the hardest ciphers to get matches, his name, Samshud Sud Din Jabbar, equals vehicle ramming attack. 1162 in the same cipher. Now, look at the governor of the state that he did this in. Who is the governor of New Orleans? Or sorry, of Louisiana. The governor of Louisiana. The governor of Louisiana is Jeff Landry, and Jeff Landry equals the suspect and equals vehicle ramming attack. What? The governor of the state, guys, in the hardest cipher to get matches equals the suspect and the incident. 1162. I mean, come on. Where's my mind blowns in the chat? Like, what's the chance of that? The name of the governor matches the suspect in this attack. And it matches vehicle ramming attack. Now, wait till you see why they chose this number. I'm going to show you exactly why they chose this number. And this should blow your mind even more. Look how many days today is after the suspect's birthday. Or yesterday, sorry, yesterday on New Year's Eve, right before this happened. This happened like right on the cusp of New Year's Eve. Now the suspect is, where's he at? The suspect is Jabbar, right? His birthday is October 26, 1982. If you go back 1162 days from the night that he performed this, so he performed this right on the evening of New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. So just watch. His birthday is 10/26, right? The suspect. Look how many days today is after his 2021 birthday. Today is 1160, or yesterday night, essentially, right before he performed this attack, right? His name equals 1162. He did a vehicle ramming attack, which equals 1162, and the governor of the state he did it in equals 1162. Yesterday was essentially 1162 days after his birthday. After his 2021 birthday, yesterday was 1162 days. So now do you understand why they gave you this name with this gematria? It's perfect. I know it's not specifically, because you could say that he did this on New Year's Day, right? But New Year's Eve is what this was all done in New Year's Eve, New Year's Day transition, right? So 1162. Let me know in the chat what you guys think of that. Am I reaching here? I mean, is this not crazy? Especially because this is the hardest cipher in gematria to get matches. It's perfect. Thank you guys for hitting those like buttons. I appreciate it. What do you think about that one, Joseph? The 1162 days after his 2021 birthday, and his name equals 1162. I don't know. I just thought that was like the most mind-blowing part of this whole decode with the numbers. Like, what is the chance of that? They give you the guy with that gematria, and that's his birthday. His falls 1162 days before. Like, it just happens to land on his right birthday. Yeah, there's probably a connection with Abdul-Jabbar, right? Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Yeah, it was 67 days after his birthday, and the governor, the governor, yeah, the governor equals 67. So yeah, there's also a 67 there. But I mean, let me see if there's any other numbers I missed here. Oh, the 78s, guys. We got to go over the 78s because do you guys remember we just had a vehicle attack? Thanks everyone for thanks Joseph for the fire. Appreciate you. But remember we had a car attack or a vehicle attack That's what they're calling it. I know there's some lady out there on my comments that keeps getting mad at me for calling it a car attack. And I just want to keep telling this lady, man, I don't know why you're so upset that I'm calling it a car attack. It doesn't matter that much. For God's sakes. We know it's a fake story anyways, but that's what they're calling it. When you do gematria, you have to call it what they're calling it because it's coded. Okay? So I'm not going to stop calling it a car attack because that's what they call it. Right here. They're calling it a truck attack. The one on the Christmas thing in Germany, they called it a car attack. Well, you guys remember how important the 78 was to the Christmas attack? I did a whole video talking about why the Magdeburg car attack was connected to the number 78. And now today, the next car attack, look at this. They're calling this a truck attack, which equals 78 in the same cipher as Bourbon Street. And this supposedly happened on Bourbon Street. Okay. So Bourbon Street, 78. They were saying the driver was hell-bent. Hell-bent equals car attack equals truck attack. Vehicle. So it doesn't matter how you write this. Vehicle attack, truck attack, car attack. It all equals 78. So obviously the number 78 is a car attack number. Okay. And both of these attacks that have happened in the last 12 days have been connected to the number 78. Okay. And don't forget, 78 is an order out of chaos number, right? Trump is 78 years old right now. Jesuit equals 78. There's a whole bunch of 78s, but the number that's hugely connected to these truck attacks, these car attacks, is the number 78. And yeah. Yeah, I know, right? Why do people get so upset when I clearly just use words because I need to decode the words? I'm not saying that the car is the one that did it because this woman's argument was, well, it wasn't the car that attacked them. Of course it wasn't the car that attacked them. I know that. This channel is about decoding, so I need to use the language that they give me. I can't just decode something random. I have to use car attack. Sorry, I'm getting a bit spicy, but I've had this woman comment 3 different times, and much love to you. I appreciate you watching my videos and commenting. I just don't understand why you're so upset when I use the word car attack. But yeah, anyways. So the 78 is important, right? Car attack. But another number I want to talk about is 39. And Joseph also covered these numbers. Much shout out to Joseph for make sure you guys go check out his video he did before after you're done here. But they were saying this was a ramming attack. And again, guys, the electricity is probably going to go out more this year. Again, we already had one blackout in Puerto Rico. I told you this was all about lightning and electricity. It's interesting that the word ramming, in fact, if you take the word ramming and you match it with electric, it actually has a 2-cipher match. So you think this is another connection that says the electric's probably going out this year again sometime? Electric equals 7539, like ramming. So that's interesting. But let's talk about the 39 because we just had the 39th president of the United States die. And the driver today was hell-bent, which equals 39. And he was ramming people, right, which equals 39. And this was 39 days before the Super Bowl. Okay, the Super Bowl is in the same city that he did this. And this just happens to be today, 39 days before the Super Bowl in New Orleans, which is where this happened. Okay. So 39 days before the Super Bowl, 39 weeks after the governor's birthday, or sorry, the mayor of New Orleans. So how perfect is that, guys? 39 weeks exactly. Her birthday was, let me see, hold on. Her birthday was May 7th, I believe. Or no, her birthday was April 3rd, sorry. So the mayor of New Orleans' birthday is April 3rd. That's 39 weeks to today. And then the Super Bowl that's going to be in her city is 39 days after today. And again, we had a ramming and a hellbent guy. Like, you guys understand we had the lightning strike. Satan falls like lightning. They're saying the guy was hellbent. He used a lightning truck, right? Satan falls like lightning. It's just all just more ritual, guys. More symbolism, right? More symbolism. It connects perfectly to Barack Obama, right? Connects perfectly to what just happened to Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter from Georgia. Jimmy Carter died at 100. This is the really big number, guys, because Jimmy Carter just died, and 2025 starts out with a lightning strike and a lightning truck, which equals 100. Okay, so that's how this ties to Jimmy Carter, and that's why you had lightning striking the buildings, and that's why you had 158 days after Mr. Lightning's birthday, Barack Obama. Yeah, they were saying that 10 was killed, 35 was injured. Yeah, 1035 is Satan. Satan equals 10 and 35. Yeah, guys, and Jimmy Carter's birthday is going to be 100 days after from his birthday. Thanks for Joseph for reminding me of that. But yeah, Puerto Rico blackouts, lightning strikes, a car named which is a lightning truck strike. Oh, let's look into this cyber truck that's on fire in front of Vegas. Cyber truck on fire in Vegas. Electric. Think about this, guys. I didn't even know about this until I just now. An electric vehicle. I was just making a connection with electric and vehicles, okay? Just making that connection. So all in the same day. Look at this. Electric equals 225. We're in the year 225, right? Electric equals 225 and it's Jewish. But again, look at this. Electric equals ramming, right? Now we have this truck, the lightning truck that this guy used to hit people. And now at the same time, we have a news story breaking. Tesla Cybertruck explodes in Trump International Hotel, Las Vegas. Viral video. So we have an electric vehicle on fire exploding. I mean, what the heck, guys? We have lightning hitting buildings. We have electric cars exploding. We have blackouts of electricity in Puerto Rico. And all this happening at the same time. This is undeniable, like undeniable about what I've been talking about, and Joseph also, because this all connects to Obama, right? And Trump. But this is just more. Let's see if we can find the video. So apparently they're saying a Tesla Cybertruck explodes. Electric vehicle, right? So there you go, electric. And don't forget Tesla. Look at Tesla. Tesla has that 78. Again, just told you there was a lot of 78s lately. Trump is 78 years old. So Tesla equals 78, like truck attack, like vehicle attack, like car attack, like hellbent. So we have a Tesla car exploding. Oh yeah. And breaking news, the game that was supposed to happen today in New Orleans, it was postponed. The Sugar Bowl. Let's talk a bit about the Sugar Bowl. So it was supposed to be. Let me make sure this has gotten postponed. Yeah, the college football fans react. So do you guys understand how this is order out of chaos? Let me just type that in. Let me just type in order out of chaos because this is what this is. Look how order out of chaos equals 78, right? So Think about all these fans that were getting ready to go to the game today, right? All these fans traveled and they were preparing to go to the Sugar Bowl in New Orleans today. And don't forget, the teams that are playing are Georgia, which is Jimmy Carter's team, right? They were playing the Notre Dame. What happened on Notre Dame, guys? We just had that Notre Dame Cathedral reopen. But the Sugar Bowl gets postponed now. And now it's ordered out of chaos, right? Think about all the people that were already in the city. Now they have to book another night of hotel. Think about all the money they're making now. These people have to now book another night of their hotel just because this car attack postponed the game tonight, right? So it's order out of chaos, right? Lots of chaos. Now everyone's rushing around to rechange their plans. So it's Sugar, right? Sugar Bowl. I mean, there's some connections to this too. The Sugar Bowl. I think let me type that in. Oh, look at that. Sugar Bowl equals the blackout. Huh. Interesting, right? So the blackout is something I've talked about often here. It's an episode of the 911 the blackout, but that's what they called it, the blackout. And the blackout equals Sugar Bowl. And we're having a blackout in Puerto Rico right now. So that's interesting. Also, the 118 is kind of like Luke 10:18, right? 118, where Satan falls like lightning. But notice that the blackout also equals Sugar Bowl. It equals New Year. Yeah, so it's interesting. But the Sugar Bowl also has this 125, which I've been talking about recently. This 1030 jumps out to me also, or this 1350, because they were saying that there was 10 injured and 30 or 35 injured, 10 passed, right? And this 135 has been a huge number the last days because in the same cipher, Venus equals 1035. So I feel like that probably connects. Venus has the 1035. And Venus is like Lucifer, right? So Lucifer falls like lightning. Venus, remember the two plane crashes that have happened were connected to this number. The first plane crash that happened, the plane number was 8423, right? And 1035 is the 8423 prime. That was the first plane 8423. And then the day Jimmy Carter died, and Jimmy Carter equals 135. Jimmy Carter equals 135, kind of like 1035, right? Well, you had that football player propose to his girlfriend, and he was 100350 days old. So yeah, this 1035 has been this 135 has been big. But yeah, the Sugar Bowl gets postponed. Lightning strikes the buildings, blackouts in Puerto Rico, lightning strike attack, car attack in New Orleans, where the blackout bowl was. I think it's pretty obvious. Everything I've been talking about for a year and a half is, and I'm still telling you guys, 85 days from today, 85 days from today is an interesting day for me. I talked about this day nearly a year and a half ago, but 85 days from now, that was my original date for a possible blackout. I'm not saying the whole United States is going to go out, but I'm just saying another ritual with a blackout could possibly be on March 26, 2025, or it could be on around Pi Day. Remember, we have the Pi Day blood moon, and the Pi Day blood moon just happens to fall 85 days after 9/11. So 85 days after 9/11 is the Pi Day eclipse. And don't forget the word blackout equals 85. If you spell it right. See how's that 85 there? The Pi Day is 85 days later after 9/11. So watch for that day as well. Or it could come sooner. All right, so let me jump into the chat here. I know that. Where is Smith W? You still in here, Smith W? Yeah, I was gonna let him on here, but I hope he's not gonna eat me alive. I don't see him in here right now, but if he's in there, I don't know, Joseph, you want to jump on for a minute? It's been a while since you've been on here. Does anyone else want to jump on? Dr. Savage, you want to jump on? Smith W. I don't know if he's a troll. I don't think so, but he sure does get fired up. Some people just have a fiery personality, you know what I mean? I'm not one of those people usually. Who is Realist Weed? Is this the same guy as Smith W or no? Are you a different person? I've never seen you in the chat, or have I seen you in the chat? Maybe. Oh, okay. All right. Hold on. All right, guys. So I don't want to go, and just so you know, Smith W. I mean, just like 10 or 15 minutes, and then I want to get off here. But I know I've wanted to get you on, and I don't know if Joseph or Dr. Savage wants to jump on. So here you go. But yeah, guys. So again, if you guys missed the beginning, go back and watch the beginning. I think I made a pretty clear connection with all these things. And yeah, so I mean, I mean, 2025 is off out, starting with a bang and lots of stuff going on already. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, I mean, Joseph, if you want to jump on and just go over some of the stuff I might have missed or anything else you wanted to add. But yeah, if not, yeah, all credit to God. It's all him. Definitely it's definitely a blessing to be able to have this vision that he's given, right, Joseph? Casey Jones Astrology saying, okay, Smith W's here. So we got a guest, guys. Everyone, welcome to the chat. Smith W. So I'm glad to finally get him on here.
What's up, man?
What's up, man?
Oh, not much.
Not nice to finally get you on because I know I've been wanting to get you on for a while. So I'm glad I finally got a chance to do it.
Yeah, it only took 6 months. How you
Yeah,
doing?
I mean, yeah, but like I said, a lot of times we were off schedule. But again, you can come on anytime you want. So as
Right
long
on.
as you're
I see
free.
your comment on screen today is 21 Martian years. That's kind of interesting. So I posted in your chat, but you somehow missed that. It's 77,677 days since New Orleans was founded. I thought that was kind of interesting. Ford, like a car, he created the Model T. He died on 47 of 47. We're coming up on the 47th president. It's not about Smith, though. Fuck Smith. But fuck the number, the endless nonsense loop of numbers is what I've tried to bring to the table. Like Dr. Savage says. So
Yeah, I
good.
mean, yeah, I mean, you have a point. I'm not saying you don't have a point. There's lots of loops and numbers and stuff. So, and yeah, I don't disagree with
Do you
you.
believe in God?
Yeah, of course.
Are you familiar with Leviticus?
Yeah.
Is gematria Jewish mysticism? Because I just count the days because God's numbered them, as in the book of Psalm 90:12 tells us. Gain wisdom in your heart.
Yeah. I
So,
mean, that's a good
what's your
point.
thoughts on the books of Leviticus and gematria?
Yeah, like I said, gematria is just something I use, but I mean, it's more important to actually understand the fullness of it. I understand
And
what you're
to
saying.
understand the word of God, and that's what's lacking in these communities. It's just a nonstop, endless grift of numbers. Come on, bro. There's more to it. It's signs of the seasons. What are they pointing us to? They're not pointing us to whether the Jets pick up
Well,
their
well,
158th win. That's not what they're doing.
first of all, I don't even share everything that I really truly have in me on my channel. So I'm
Neither
just
do I.
trying to tell you I'm just trying to tell you that just because I share numbers on here does you don't have any idea what I really talk about with my girlfriend and with people I'm really close to. If you want to get close to me and want to know what I really like, how close I really want to be with God and what I really see in this world, I mean, numbers are what I do here on my channel, and I enjoy that. It's almost more of a hobby, which I get, but it's also I like to show the numbers. I like to find the connections, but at the same time, I realize that at the end of the day, that's not what matters.
Is it
In fact,
disingenuous for the community to steal from each other though? That's what I under. That's the thing I struggle with. Because I don't care about Smith. I work for my money. I don't care. People can make money on YouTube. I go to work for it. But if I put in a 60-hour week and I come home and I do some decoding and then I find it on somebody else's channel and I don't get credit for it, yeah, I feel some type of way. I do.
yeah. So who took your work though? Who's doing that?
Oh, Joseph does it all the time.
Oh,
I saw
well,
you actually steal Savage's stuff the other day. I saw you
I didn't
take
steal
Savage's,
anything from
Cody.
Dr. Savage.
You didn't give him any credit.
No, I didn't say anything. What did I steal from Dr. Savage?
Oh, I'd have to go back to the exact thing. So it's all good,
Because
bro.
it no, most likely I didn't even know he shared that. If it's something I don't always check his posts, but I didn't take anything specifically from him and tried to steal it from him. Like that
Okay,
wasn't my
specifically the day that the Trump shooting took place, I posted that Kimberly Cheadle was born or took office 666 days before. Joseph thought he'd just wait a couple months and then put it out there. He's disingenuous. He's disingenuous. It's not that
Yep.
Deion Sandals is that guy's insane. But he's a decent guy. I liked what he had on Joseph. It was pretty telling that he wears the false flag skull and bones butt pirates on his car. Still, I get you're making a statement. You still got it 3 years
It's
later. That's
painted
weird.
over. There's
Ah,
paint over it, bud.
right on, right on, bro.
Yeah, I mean Joseph, I personally I don't think I've ever seen Joseph do anything intentionally disingenuous.
Well, I went
Right,
to his
Joseph?
channel, and that's how I met Dion. Is I posted some interesting stuff that was related to what his work at the day was going a couple different times, and he would boot me instantly. And when you go to Joseph's chat and you post anything instant or interesting, he instantly goes into his 222 autistic spurg. 222222222. It's like give credit, bro. It's a community. It's not the Joseph Aquaviva. It's a community, bro. Instead of stealing
Well,
everybody's work, be humble.
I will give Joseph, lately he's been trying to be more like open and working together with Jurassic and stuff. And
Yeah,
so, I mean,
Jurassic's controlled opposition. So go ahead. Name a channel that has less than 10,000 that he works
Me?
with. I know I was saying how he doesn't share people's work. So then he shared some guy's channel that's also fake the other day, some black guy. And if you look at all the videos before the two that Joseph shared him, they all have like 100 views. And then he suddenly has like 5,000 views. It's like, dude, that's not believable. It's all YouTube advertising. I did it for one short of mine, and it destroys your channel. I paid $5 so they would play Revelation in the Stars October 9th that I put on my channel that I didn't make, and my chat it ruins your channel. But it's obvious. So, like I said in your chat, you got 170 in the chat and 30 people commenting. That's weird. Did you pay for advertisement on this? Because I clicked on your video and it went right to an advertisement. I know my channel doesn't get advertisement because they don't like my channel. I want
yeah,
to proclaim God.
it just depends on what they like and what they don't like. That they've been taking my videos and privating them for no reason, and I can't ever put it back. I don't know. And then they
That's a
just
lie. That's a
demonetize
lie.
certain
Prove it.
videos.
Prove it. Prove it. Make a video where you're going to your studio and you can't unprivate. That's a lie. You're not exposing anything new. It's a loop. It's a grifty loop. It's a nonsense loop. And it's
Yeah,
strictly
I get it.
prohibited by Leviticus, Joseph. Aren't you Christian?
The Bible says to calculate the number of the beast specifically.
Okay.
I mean, that's a good point.
Okay.
I mean,
So what is Jewish mysticism? Gematria doesn't fall in that, huh?
I mean,
I mean,
technically, I would say it does fall.
technically, astrology's even okay, right?
Are the people controlling this world using gematria?
They are. Does that mean that are we supposed to be of this world?
Does Ephesians 5:11 to say expose the darkness?
Expose it. Does it say to practice it?
We're literally showing
practice
what they're
it
doing.
or expose it. Those two different things.
We're literally showing what they're doing.
Okay, by doing the same thing. Okay, gotcha. I mean, I don't even necessarily see, like they say, the guy. What was that? It was a stampede or something, and then he was hell bent equal. Yeah, they say that on purpose. Obviously, then you put it in, and then it's like, look at this fucking spell we're putting. Then people are in the chat. That's 7. This is 91. This is 78. Like, what the fuck? Who cares? Who cares?
Do you think people should know
God's
about
numbered our
gematria?
days, so I count them. It's about sin. It's about our works. That's my channel. If I was a grifter, I'd fucking do this. I don't. I put out a 1-minute video. That's what I do. Want to hear any of my new stuff?
I mean, yeah. I mean, again, I get what you're saying, and I do get it. I mean, there is more important things than the gematria. I get it.
What's the most important thing? The only important thing. It's God. It's God. That's the only important thing.
That's the only thing
That's
that
all
exists,
that matters.
You don't even have any. Neither me or you have anything without God. What are we arguing over here then? Because I agree with you on that.
You can have the entire world without God. You know what I mean? But
Smith,
what does it matter?
Literally, Smith, all your videos are about numbers, right? You don't make videos reading scripture. So what are you even talking about? Every video you make is about numbers.
I know you've watched my videos, and I used to put scripture in every single one of my videos. I would start with scripture, so that's dumb.
You used to.
I don't say that Jesus lives a perfect 33 years, and now let me go into my 222.
Why do you think they're obsessed with that number?
Why is it?
Why do you think they're obsessed with that number? He did live 33 years.
Because 1 John 2:22, the Antichrist is he who denies the Father and the Son. That's why. That is why. It's not because of any else. Go ahead.
Did you just say 222?
You said, why are they obsessed with that number? I'm not looking for you to repeat what I just said. I'm telling you that's why.
Iceberg about the number 222, and you just mentioned that number.
You asked them. That was the dumbest thing I've ever heard. We're not doing some kind of psychological loop. You said, why do they pick 222? Then I answer, and then you say, did you just say 222? Yeah, I was answering your question, fool. I was answering your dumb question.
I'm just saying, you just made fun of the 222. I'm just saying. And then you give a verse about Antichrist.
No, I was making fun of you. When anybody posts something interesting in your chat, you ignore it and then say 222 days, 666 days from Claydex to this 222. 222. Right. Much blessings. 222. Give me your money. And then you got your wife over on my channel talking shit like a good Christian lady would do. Not.
You don't think it's important that the Claydex pandemic simulation?
No, I don't. No, I don't. I don't really care.
You don't think you're claiming that we're in the biblical end of days, but you don't think that fact's important? That the pandemic simulation was 666 days before it was.
I think it's more important that they're mocking God, and from the first day of the Nuremberg trial indictments until Event 201 is 27,028 days, and that's the zip code of Mocksville and Jerusalem, and they want you to cover your face, and the word mask in Arabic is mockery.
What do you think? The kind of mockery that can only be
the kind of mockery that can only be performed while wearing a mask, aka blackface.
That's great, Smith. But what do you think's more
convincing? You didn't listen to it, so go ahead. You didn't listen to it, though. You opened your fucking fat mouth. Go ahead.
I'm just saying. What do you think's more convincing? A date duration of 666 or some 2728 zip code nonsense?
That equals the zip code of Mocksville and Jerusalem. And where's Jesus from, dumb fuck? That's what I thought. What is more interesting? What's more interesting, Jesus or the devil? You're saying 666, and I'm saying Jerusalem. What's more interesting? I don't fucking care what's more interesting. What I'm saying is gematria is Jewish mysticism, and it's a fucking distracting loop, and maybe share some gospel sometimes.
The 666 date duration is not gematria, for the record. That's a date duration.
No, I know it is. I know it is. I know that. I'm aware.
Say something. Please, let's not cuss at each other, and let's try to at least. I get it that you don't agree with him, Smith. Okay, But at the
I just
same
don't
time,
like him. He's disingenuous. He's stolen my work before, and he's all about himself. He thinks the truth community is all about giving him money so he doesn't have to go to work. Get a job,
I literally
dude.
just sent
Get
people
a
to Cody's
job.
channel.
Be a
I
man and
literally
get a
was
job.
live and told everyone to come to Cody's channel. So that's false.
Joseph,
What's that?
first of all, Joseph helped me out a lot by helping me when I was a lot smaller channel.
Well, he has a
And-
fake channel just like you. He has 130 people in his live with 20 people commenting.
How am I
It's
fake?
a bunch
I'm
of
not
fake
monetized.
algorithm
I've
fucking
never
bullshit.
been monetized ever. Never made a penny from YouTube.
Cool.
Well, what does that tell you? I'm censored, shadow banned. Must be a real one. Huh?
That you got pay for a coffee and then people donate money to you. I'm shadow banned. Now give me money because it's truth. Yet my channel has advertisements before you click on it. So you're shadow
Not
banned, yet
mine.
you have advertisements.
I
How
don't
does that
have
work?
advertisements. I don't have
I
one
just clicked
advertisement.
on your video 3 times and got an advertisement. So that's
Not mine.
You do.
Not mine. Guarantee you didn't.
no, not yours. I'm talking about Cody's.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah,
Well, where do we
a
go
lot of
from here,
agents in
Smith?
place. I mean, everybody can see the government's controlled. Can you not see your truth community's controlled also? Believe it or not, it is. It is.
Me and Cody
And it's
aren't.
not Smith. Smith's not on here 3 hours a day. He's not. He's saying Smith's a piece of shit and God is the way. That's what Smith does.
I mean, you're
Well,
doing what you're called to do, man. That's perfect.
And
I
so are
mean,
me and
don't
Cody.
you-
So
Hey, so
I
you
mean,
got
don't-
85-85 on the screen. So the 58th Super Bowl took place on Hawaii governor's birthday. Oprah's also from Hawaii. She's born 58 days before the Hawaii's governor. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I do dates. Yeah. Gloss over it. I like when you read my comments in your chat and then you read them wrong and try to make them sound not interesting.
No, I
That's
don't
stupid.
do that on purpose. It's just that when I'm reading the chat, I sometimes I'm not really focusing well on reading because I'm also trying to run the stream. So I'm sorry if I do that. I don't do that on
Yeah.
purpose.
I just wonder why you're being so cordial. People know who Smith is. They get it. Smith's a real one. Smith is real, and it's
why are you
obvious.
talking to yourself in the third
Because I
person,
don't get
bro?
mad at anyone. I don't even if you called me about a bunch of bad names, I wouldn't even get mad at you because I don't have any reason to get mad at you. I don't let things get to me. Like that's just how it is.
Right on.
So
Right
I
on.
mean,
So
I
should
just
I
don't let
start
things-
restreaming? Should I start restreaming the truth community and exposing it more? I already have channels way bigger than me that I can help me with it, but
I mean, if you feel like there's people that you need to expose and do whatever, I think that's a good thing. If
I
there's
just
people
really
that
feel like gematria is a distraction. I do. I don't think I'm not like completely against it, and that's actually what brought me to the truth community. My OG, Dr. Savage. I fucking love that guy. He probably hates me. It's all good. Love that guy though. But it's bigger than just this or that, and it's all a distraction. And what's it
It is-
distracting you from?
I do
Like
agree
flat
with you
Earth.
on that.
That's what brought
It's
me
not
to it
just
is
about
flat Earth,
gematria.
and people are still spiraling on that 15 years later. You either get it like 9/11 or you don't.
Again, I agree with you on that. Maybe we should make channels and just do actual scriptures and not talk about one number. I mean, why can't the gematria community come together and say, hey, we're going to change our tune a bit, and why can't we actually just get together and have a community and get what I want is people to come together and have a place where they can come together, connect, and feel like that they're not being lost in all this crap that's going on, because that's
Well, that's what I'm saying.
people-
So when I type something in your chat and it's interesting and you read it and then you trail off or you misquote it and that doesn't make me feel like I'm part of the. It doesn't. That makes me
Okay,
feel some
well-
type of way like you're trying to take my shit. Is what it does.
Okay, well, that's not what I'm trying to do, because if you knew me, I don't have any, I don't want anything, man. Ask my girlfriend. I don't like to steal anything. I don't want to have anything. I don't even want half the stuff that I have. I can live simply with a backpack and travel the world, and I don't need stuff. Like, I don't want things. I don't want material things. I just want God, and I want peace, and I want love. I want the truth, and I want this world to be better, man. I don't want this crap anymore. And I don't care if it's the numbers. The numbers can go to hell after. If the people aren't
After
using them
today,
anymore,
so you got a new channel after today. It sounds like.
well,
No, I didn't think so. I didn't think so. Here is
I
a good
dropped-
number though, and this is Smith's original work. It's about your works. It's Revelation 3:8. Behold, it's an open door. I know thy works. It's the same as Luke 3:8 and Matthew 3:8. Bring forth their fruits. It's the fruits of your labor or your work. It's the coronation, the crowning, the corona or labor. Fucking mute up, Joseph. You're rude as fuck, bro. You're rude as fuck, bro. Steve Jobs dies
doing anything.
3080 days before the coronavirus because it's about your work. It's
did I
coronation
do?
of 38 special.
I don't
I'm
think
sitting here
Joseph's
quietly.
doing
What are you talking
anything
about?
right now.
I don't know. Here's some rattling around going on.
No, he's
I'm
just
plugging
sitting
my
there, I
phone
think.
in.
He
I'm
probably
moving
has
some
it-
stuff
he probably
around
has it-
to charge my phone.
Like-
My bad.
Right on. So Trump is just like Hitler, and it's about 38. So from the founding of the Nazi Party, you know what day that was founded, Joseph? 2/20 of 1920 or 2/22. So fuck you. From the founding of the Nazi Party till Trump takes office, 3/8/3/22 days.
You sound like
I
a real
count the
Christian,
days.
bro.
I
You
count
sound
them.
like you follow Jesus for sure.
I do. I count them. Fuck you.
You'll
I'm
know them
fucking
by their
hammered, and I
fruit, right?
fucking hate the truth gematria bullshit community. Fucking stealing grifters. That's what I
Well,
hate.
You sound like you're a mad hater, man.
No, I'm just real. I'm real. I think it's a fucking fake community, and I'm looking forward to seeing Cody changing his fucking channel after today, because it's not happening. It's going back to 3-hour number loops. And Joseph saying, look, it's Obama's the Antichrist. No, they're all Antichrist. There's
Smith,
many of them.
Smith,
There's
who do you
many
think's the son?
Antichrists.
Smith, who do you think's the son of perdition? Do you think it's Obama?
I think there's many of them.
Do you think it's Obama? Who's the top guy? Who's running the show? Is it Obama?
Who's running
Smith?
the show? I pet goat. Who's wearing that S ring? Who's pulling on the marionettes? It's not Satan, or it's not Obama. Who's pulling on the marionettes? He's a puppet.
Then why do you
They're
tell everyone
actor-
Obama's the Antichrist, Smith?
They're actors. AC Taurus. Antichrist and a Taur is a bull. He's from Chicago. The Red Bull will give you wings. X marks the spot. X
You've
is
been telling
chi.
everyone Obama's
Shut
the
your
Antichrist
fucking
for
mouth.
years.
X is chi. X is
True or false?
She
True or
is
false,
Chicago.
Smith?
She is
True
a
or
Chicago,
false?
Joe's. True or false? You're an idiot.
You've been
Shut
telling
up.
everyone
Shut
Obama's
up,
the son
dude.
of
You just
perdition
did your
for years,
broadcast.
Smith.
True or false? You're a grifter and you steal people's work. Shut your mouth,
False.
Joseph.
False. I do good work and I don't steal any
True
work.
or
And if I
false? You
take
have not
work, I
worked
get
an honest
credit.
day in 10 years. True.
I worked for myself before I did YouTube for 5 years. I worked for myself, and then I
Don't
did
fucking
YouTube.
mute my mic. Just boot me. Don't fucking mute me. Just boot me and I'll fucking destroy your community. You're a fucking fake ass community.
I don't think
So
so,
don't
dude. I
fucking
think we
mute
got a
me.
pretty
I don't
good
fucking
community.
do that. I don't do that. I grew my channel to 700 fucking subscribers with no content.
Why are you
fucked.
here every day typing in the chat trying to get
Every
people
day?
over to your channel?
That's the
if it's such a
dumbest
bad
shit I ever
community?
heard. Every day, that's the dumbest shit I ever heard. I've been
You're
here
over here
about
trying
4
to
times
grift
in
the
the last
community.
2 weeks. You're a fucking idiot, Joseph. You blocked me
I
from
don't
your
think
channel
so.
because your wife's fucking stupid and talk.
Why do you think I would block you, Smith? I wonder why. My goodness. Well, if anyone ever wondered why I have an issue with Smith, now you know. Smith needs God. Cody, you there? You're speechless. Oh, we lost Cody. Just me? Testing. Cody? All right, I guess I'll just wait for Cody. Hey, it's just me. Hello, everyone. Hey, Visionary Vet in the chat. Hey, everyone. Hey, Lex. Hey, Real Assistant. Hey, Gene Spliced. Hey, Dr. Savage. Hey, Birdie. Hey, Betty. Much love to everyone. Yeah, that's why I clicked the link. I was going to recap what I talked about
Can
in
you
my
guys hear
show,
me
but I'll
now?
wait for Cody. Hey, he's
Yes.
back.
I don't know what happened to me. I just took Smith. Smith is still in the back room, guys, and he's flipping me off, which is funny. But people like Smith actually make me laugh because I do enjoy a fiery person like my father was and he's just he reminds me of my dad, to be honest. And I'm sometimes can be fiery too, and so can you, Joseph. And we've all said things. We all have our things, right? So.
Right.
But at the same time, I just don't want to fight on the channel in front of everyone. So Smith is still there. If you guys could see what he's doing in the back right now, it's funny. But so Joseph, I'll let you go ahead and recap some things that I might have missed, and we'll end this with a good loving vibe, and
Yeah. Well, in regards to Smith, real quick, I've known of Smith for probably at least 3 years now, maybe 4. I think I first noticed him in the Illusions chat, Adam. And
oh yeah.
anyways, it's been pretty much the same thing with Smith for years. He feels he's not getting enough recognition and people aren't sharing his stuff, and then he, gets upset about that. But anyways, I don't have anything against Smith. I wish him the best. I do know he believes in God and Jesus. And from what I've heard over the last several years, he's always claimed Obama's the Antichrist, which obviously I agree with. So, long story short, Smith, got nothing against you, man. Don't hate you. And I do not steal your work. I promise you on that. I mean, you guys watch my channel. If I get something from Cody, I say, hey, I got this from Cody. Like pretty much every single day, I say, go subscribe to Cody. I've been doing it for years, you know. So I have no problem giving people credit.
And Dr.
So
Savage in the chat says Smith does good work. And yes, Smith has a lot of great things he's shared. And I personally, I don't know of him as long as you, Joseph, and I don't know as much about him except for what I just learned today more, I guess. And Dr. Savage also has a point in the chat. We've all felt like our work's not being recognized the way it should.
for sure. Yeah.
Um,
And Smith does do good work. He makes some good points. So I really it's kind of like a one-sided beef. You know, he thinks I hate him for some reason. I don't. And the reason I have blocked him on my channel before is because he'll come in the chat and he'll act like that. And you have, I guess have a longer leash on stuff like that. But once I get a couple comments, I just pretty much block people. I don't care who it is,
yeah,
But I also
get,
unblock people, so I have no problem unblocking him if he wants to be cool.
Yeah, and I get it. I get it. Some people just don't want to deal with it very long. I mean, I'm pretty patient usually, like I was
Yeah.
today, and he, I just didn't like the fact that he was cussing and when people just talk over each other so much and don't just be patient. And that's what I've listened to that enough on Zach's channel that I don't want to have that, So that's just personally what I thought about the situation. But I'm glad that you jumped on here today, Joseph, to at least be able to like be here and have kind of defend yourself a bit. And also it's been a while since you've been on here with me, so it's good to have you on.
Yeah, man, for sure.
Yeah, so and what a day it was, because first day of the year and we had lightning. Did you even know about the lightning striking those buildings?
No, I didn't. That's crazy.
Yeah, so like how perfect it was that, and I just found out like right around the time that you went live about that. And so I kind of just before that you went live, I think. And so I was like, man, Joseph, he's gonna love the lightning striking on the same day that we have the lightning truck hitting, and it's all connected. It's so insane. It was 150 days after Obama's birthday and a Ford F-150 Lightning.
Yeah,
Wow,
and terror attack is 150.
Yeah, and actually yesterday when the lightnings were hitting last night, it was actually 149 days after his birthday. Well, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, lightning strike equals, or is it lightning bolt? Lightning bolt equals 149. So,
and remember, pickup truck is 149. The eyewitness was Jimmy Cothran, 149. And remember, yesterday the big ritual was the blackout in Puerto Rico, and the people that handled the power in Puerto Rico, they're Luma Energy, which equals 149. And yesterday was 149 days after Obama's birthday. And now today you get the lightning.
How did you spell
Jimmy,
Cothran?
Cothran. Cothran.
Oh, Cothran.
Yeah. And then he's got Pope Francis in 2 ciphers too, that name.
And isn't that crazy? Look, his name's Jimmy.
Oh, look, he's got the 67, dude. Like it's 67 days after the suspect's birthday, and pickup truck equals 67, and the governor's name equals 67. I just noticed that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So definitely a coded name. But yeah, what are the odds the truck was a lightning? Satan falls like lightning, right? Barak means lightning. They're saying 10 killed, 35 injured. Satan equals 10 and 35.
Wow. Well, look at the 67s all in the same cipher. Pickup truck, Jimmy Cothran.
There you go.
Lightning bolt, and Jeffrey Landry, I guess is the full
the
name of.
And it's 67 days after the suspect's birthday. Perfect.
And what else was I gonna say? Oh, isn't it crazy? His name is Jimmy too.
Yeah, Jimmy. Right.
Jimmy Carter.
Yep. The 39th president, and today's 39 weeks after the mayor's birthday, and 39 days before the Super Bowl, and ramming is 39, and hellbent 39. And then you had after the football game, number 39 proposed to the girlfriend. And Jimmy Carter also died 39 weeks from his own birthday, and his funeral is going to be 3 months and 9 days from his birthday too. Also 100 days from his birthday. You know.
Oh, is the funeral is 3 months and also 9 days from his birthday, huh?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. 3 months and 9 days, or you could say 100 days from his birthday.
How perfect is that, man?
I know, the whole thing.
I mean, and did you see how in the I know you don't use the cipher much, and I've used it in the past, but in the septenary cipher, I just thought it was pretty crazy that Jimmy Carter equals 39 and 100 when you type it out equals 39.
Yep.
So
And then the guy who caught the game winner, Ertz, equals 39. And it was 167 days from Trump's birthday, the 39th prime number.
yep.
Oh,
Wow.
and it was 39 days from Joe Biden's birthday.
Yeah, it was connected with all the 39s was connected, and that as I showed, it was connected with that airplane crash from JFK Jr. as well.
And Peanuts equals 39.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that, and the day before that plane crash happened, or was it the day before? I did a video and I showed how they did a skull and bones thing with the dead body that was found in the Hawaii flight. Did you see that?
Right. Mm-hmm.
And it was all about the 39, and that was like the first time that 39 really started popping up. But when I started thinking about it later on, I was like, man, that whole thing with the dead body on the Hawaii flight was probably once again telling us that Jimmy Carter was getting ready to go. The dead body, his the one dead body found in the wheel well, which equals 39, in
Right.
Hawaii, which equals 39. So it was
That's
perfect.
that's wild. You just brought up Skull and Bones. It's 3:22 here in Florida, and
Yeah.
Jimmy Carter died 322 days from George's birthday, and
Right. Yeah.
and also remember James Carter equals Skull and Bones. James Earl Carter equals Skull and Bones. And then he died 177 days from the anniversary of the Georgia Guidestones, which of course were built on 322. And anyways, he died 177 days from the anniversary. James Earl Carter Jr. 177. It was also 177 days from George Walker Bush's birthday. George Walker Bush 177. Like New World Order, like the Jesuit Order, like Bourbon Street, they're all 177.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, that 177 is always big.
oh yeah, it's been
Always.
crazy. Pretty much nonstop. It's always big. You know, one thing a lot of people don't talk about the 177, that old serpent 177, that's another name for the devil. And the Vatican shaped like a serpent.
Uh-huh. And we're getting ready to enter the year of the serpent, so
We just had one of the craziest 177 rituals. Well, actually, I thought it was pretty crazy when the Stormy Daniels hush money trial. It began 177 days from Alvin Bragg's birthday, the Manhattan DA, and Alvin Bragg is 177, like Stormy Daniels. I thought that was pretty crazy. But then we had Hunter Biden found guilty on the gun charges exactly 177 weeks after his dad became president. That same day was 177 days from the Pope's birthday, and Hunter Biden equals 177. But yeah, that 177 is pretty wild.
yeah, that is definitely. And then recently they just he just got pardoned too, right? Hunter Biden. So
Yeah, I think he got pardoned exactly 201 weeks after Biden became president.
yeah, how crazy, man! And it just the way 2025 has started, it just makes you think, wow, like. And I sometimes wonder if like that whole 85 day of the year this year is going to be big because,
Yeah.
like I said,
Oh,
a
and
year and a half ago, I mentioned that, and then that blackout or that ship hitting the thing last year was on March 26th, which is the day I talked about this that's going to come this year, and it was a blackout that took that ship into the bridge. So
right.
that's why I'm like, I wonder if I'm really am on with that, but most likely not because usually your stuff doesn't come to fruition. But we'll see, we'll see.
And then remember the halftime score of that game was 17-7, which had the Georgia team and the Washington D.C. team.
That
The
was the halftime
Falcons.
score.
Yeah, halftime score was 17-7. The final score was 54 combined points. Like Jimmy Carter equals 54, 100 when you write it out equals 54, and he died 54 days after the election. Also,
Yeah, and uh that also that what I remember too it was tied 24-24, which Jimmy Carter born in 24 died in 24. So I think that's
Right.
what that was about.
And then,
So
anything after 100 is pretty much considered overtime, right? And
yeah,
the game
yeah,
of overtime, of
that is a
course.
good point. He went overtime. Yeah,
It's
that is a
wild.
good point. If
But
you think about it, that was a perfect ritual that I just don't understand how people can't wake up to that type of stuff. Because like, what in the world is the chances that number 39 proposes that night, and then the other quarterback on Jimmy's team gets married to a Carter or gets engaged to a Carter, and then the
yeah.
scores the way it was, and just
And
crazy.
the girl that he proposed to, her name equals 201, like it was 12/29, the 201 prime day, and it was 201 days from George Bush Sr.'s birthday, and they were the last two presidents to die. How about that? The last two presidents to die died 2,222 days apart. You know,
Yep,
pretty wild.
that's your number, man, right behind your name.
Yeah, that's my
It's
number.
pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm not surprised though either because they love that. I know they love that too. You know that obviously, but I know they love it too. So
Well, yeah, when they declared COVID a pandemic 222 months after 9/11, and Wuhan coronavirus 222, and the first U.S. case was 222 days from Trump's birthday, and Trump equals 222, and he won the election 222 days before his birthday, and then Obama tested positive 222 days from his birthday. There must be something to that 222 number.
exactly. Yeah. And did you
So,
also notice that if you go from the death of George Bush or George Herbert Bush to the death of Carter, if you don't add the day, it's also perfect because that's the amount of verses in Revelation 22,
right.
21.
Yep. Yeah.
So it's like he's like the completion of I kind of look at Jimmy Carter as like their signal for the reset or the I don't know or the new world, right? Like that's why we're getting this New Orleans thing today.
Right. And I was mentioning in the chat, Bourbon Street equals New World Order in multiple ciphers. So you got New
Oh,
World
really?
Order, New Orleans. Yeah, Bourbon Street's 174 and 177, like New World Order. So you got New World Order, New Orleans on New Year's.
Yep. How crazy, man. Yep, it has that two cipher match.
Yeah, forward and backwards. But yeah, I mean, what are the odds on New Year's, New Orleans?
Oh, look,
And,
Bourbon Street equals 804 in Latin, like Obama equals 84 in Latin.
there
Interesting.
you go. And then also, I heard you say did they cancel the Sugar Bowl?
They postponed it to
Okay.
tomorrow, I think.
Because the Sugar Bowl equals 151. If you include the end date, today's 151 days after Obama's birthday.
The Sugar Bowl
And
with the in there.
yeah, the Sugar Bowl. I saw a lot of articles they were highlighting the Sugar Bowl or underlining it with
Right.
the in there. So
Yeah. Well, the is
um,
like the 33 added to anything, right?
yeah, it's like
So
Jesuit order, the Illuminati. We know they use both.
it just makes so perfect sense that they chose the word the to be 33 and that's what the word you can add to everything.
Right.
The this, the that, or I've noticed you can kind of add the word a to a lot of stuff too because in the Freemasonry thing when they do the rule of Colel, they say that the number 1 represents divinity in Freemasonry and it can come and go as it pleases. And with
Mhm,
A being the first letter, I always find that interesting. I did that in my last decode. I added an A, but I don't like it too much. But I think there is something to it.
for sure.
It's kind of like
But
how Jurassic always talks about the O is the crown, and
right.
so
Oh, I
that's
got to
also
tell you
interesting.
a funny story. I usually multitask when people. I watch more than one live at once. So, while you were live earlier, I was also commenting in Jurassic's chat because he was live at the same time, and I had a funny story to tell him. I told him, and then he said, "Make sure I tell you." So I'm going to tell you right now what happened.
Okay.
So I haven't told anybody this except for Garo in his chat. But last night, um, my wife was coming home on her way home from work last night. Okay. And on her way home from work, she got in a car accident last night. Okay.
Oh
Now
no.
she's okay. And the car has a dent, but it'll be okay. And long story short, everyone's okay, and it was my wife's fault. That's her words. So anyway, she hit this person, okay? And long story short, you'll never guess the last name of the person she hit. You want to take a
What is
guess?
it? Uh,
I'll just tell you. The person she hit, their last name is Presley. And yesterday was like the first time ever Garo was in my chat yesterday
oh
on
wow.
the same day as the accident. He's never in my chat, but we've just now we're squashing our beef. And yeah, it's just funny. The first day he shows up in my chat, my wife gets in a car crash with a person named Presley that night. So I just
That
thought that
is
was interesting.
that is
Part of
that
the
is
the
definitely
Matrix,
that is wild actually, because
right?
how many there's not so many people that have the last name Presley,
I
It's
don't
not
think I've
like
ever met one.
I've never met anyone with the last name Presley personally, so
I can't remember growing up in school anyone having that name or anything.
yeah, and it's
So
funny
yeah,
because I did see Garo in your chat for the first time last night, and I was like, man, I don't Garo's never even commented in my chat ever. So,
right. Well, he was
um,
actually nice enough to send people over while he was live. He was like, "Hey, go watch
yeah.
Joseph. Go see." But yeah, I
Well,
think we're good now.
I'm glad that you two are working. Hopefully, it can stay that way, and
Yeah, we're
you guys
both
are.
passionate and hard headed and stubborn, and we're set in our ways. So I have no problem telling people like, look, if you think Trump's the Antichrist in the flesh and maybe Elvis is involved, go check out Garo. And even if you don't believe that, just go watch him to find what he finds. And if you think Obama's the Antichrist, like I do, well, you might prefer my channel. But people can watch whatever they want, and I watch his channel. I've been watching him for years, so
Well, that's the thing. I think
hopefully it's
that
all good now.
we all have information that even if we all have different like understandings, or I think it's good that everyone has their own thing they're looking into, because then we have a more wide range of info coming out, which means we can make more connections. So if someone's looking
Yeah,
into
like
Elvis and someone's looking into Obama and someone's looking into Trump, then we can take that information and make better connections. In fact, a lot of my decoding is better when I watch everyone else's channels. So,
yeah,
and that
like
includes the channels we don't like.
I said yesterday, I don't care about being right. I just want the truth. So if the
Yeah.
truth is Trump is the Antichrist and Elvis is the man behind the curtain and Obama is some third wheel in this monstrous charade, maybe he's the false prophet. Who knows? It doesn't really matter to me if oh, Joseph was right. It's not going to matter if it's the end of the world, which I believe it is. And it's not like we're going to get up to heaven and they're going to hand me a trophy and they're going to be like, oh, Joseph was right and this guy was wrong. So I don't care about any of that. I just want the truth. And, we're going to find out here soon. I think 2025 is going to be a very big year, as we see here on day
Yep.
one. I think a lot's going to
Absolutely.
happen this year.
Hey, what's up?
What's up, Enzifern? Sorry you've been sitting back there. I was hopefully you not
Hola.
too upset. But
Yeah, all good. Happy New Year.
yeah, happy New Year to you as well. Glad to have you on again, and yeah,
Thank you.
it's an exciting New Year, but yeah. Joseph, did you have anything you want? Are you? I don't know if you're in a hurry or anything, or if you wanted
I
to
don't
stay on.
want to interrupt you guys if you have anything to share still.
Yeah, I was just going to see if Joseph had to be rushed or was in a rush or anything,
No,
or
I'm
we can
not in a
kind of do
rush.
a. Okay.
No,
Yeah, I mean,
I can hang out.
if and different, if you have something to share and or
Uh,
there's something you'd like to add.
yeah, just because of the discussion with the Smith guy and so on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but no negative stuff. Yeah, because I personally I don't like to argue or something like this. But you also mentioned stuff that others share and so on. I don't mind about this, but don't get any recognition or something like this. I just wonder about the Jesus stuff, for example. Had you time to check into that?
What
My video,
which stuff specifically?
my video about Jesus.
Oh, no, I haven't had any chance to.
No,
Did you just release that
no, a while back,
a while back?
like
Okay,
2 months ago or something.
okay. Yeah, I'll have to watch it. Like I said, I sometimes forget to watch all these videos, but I'll definitely check it out.
I
And
tried to reach out to you, Joseph, too. Have you seen it?
I have not,
Oh, okay.
but I
well,
will
it's good that
definitely
you
check it
come
out.
on here and put us on notice because I'm sure me
Right,
and
yeah.
Joseph
But
have so much videos we forget to watch or want to watch. I know your channel. I've watched some of your videos, but specifically that one I have not watched. So
okay, I'm made also in English. That's why. But yeah, just to make it short again, because I'm pretty sure about this, because you guys are so much better with the numbers and stuff like this. And this is the one thing that I figured definitely out, or like you would also say, I asked, or how I would say, I asked for it, and the universe, God answered it. So because I really wanted to figure out what is Jesus, and I'm sure about this because, or again, the pineal gland, the third eye, is Lucifer. This is our ego, DNA, our soul, if you like. And Jesus, as above, so below. Jesus above is the sun, and Jesus below is the heart of man. And this is also this also tells us about something that's going on inside of us, you know, as above, so below, as within, so without. And that's the beauty of it, I think. And that's also why arguing, and like the Smith guy, for example, and he spoke about Jesus and stuff like this. Nah, man, you had no heart, you know. There was zero heart. It was just ego, you know.
yeah,
And it
yeah,
gives the direction, if you understand this.
yeah,
And
and that's kind of how I've
also,
always.
again, the point, the point about this is, what is Jesus' return? Because I mean, you see it every day. Because um, there can only be war, conflict, and stuff like this in the world if people are centered in the ego mind. Only then can be conflict. And stuff like Facebook, social media, and so on, what they are doing with politics, um, in California, Hollywood, and so on, you know, all of the stuff. We are getting pushed more and more to the ego mind. I mean, we can see this every day. And these are pretty much the end times, you know. We live now in Sodom and Gomorrah, definitely. And the return of Jesus is basically when the masks, the egos, the personas are falling. When they really realize, okay, I don't want to curse, but yeah, we have this up, you know. And when everything escalated, then when mankind focusing again on the heart, and when the heart returns, Jesus returned. I think that's really the point about all of this and why they're doing what they're doing, because we are in this world, because we have to learn. When we learn, God learns. You know, we have to figure stuff out, and we only learn when we are pressured. You know,
Yeah.
because most people are lazy from nature. Many people are lazy, me included. You know,
Right.
we have to have a little bit pressure, and that's what the Society of Jesus is basically doing. And yeah, from this point starting, we can also also, I still think it's kind of both, because the all is mind, and so many people, for example, believe that the earth is round, you know. That's also gives some credibility to it, that the and but also, I think that's also the thing, when Jesus is also the sun, the life-giving energy. I also think that this is a closed system, you know, if you like, the flat earth stuff, but also from the holographic stand of point, you know, that's from nature. The nature is not kind. like this realm is not really real, but for us it definitely is, but somehow it has this holographic nature. I don't know how to describe it better,
Hmm.
but this gives
Yeah.
it also the three-dimensional aspect to it, but still I really think that the sun is the plus pole of the energetic field, if you like, and the moon is the minus pole. That's also this thing.
Yeah.
And who knows who created this world? It feels also like it's some kind of experiment, that the Anunnaki or whatever you want to call it, and that the Society of Jesus actually works for them, that this is what I feel like this world is like. And I personally, I don't want to come back to this world. No,
Yeah.
I want to move on, I'm a free soul, I
Hmm.
don't want to come back and forget everything again, that's
Right. Don't want
I
to go
just
back to
wanted.
the old state. Yeah.
And to finish this maybe, because what I think in the end the Antichrist is, because again Lucifer is the ego, and what the Antichrist in the end represents. And from this standpoint, I think there can be many Antichrists, you know, but in this special phase in the end times, if you like, you know, the one that is able to control a crowd of people or many people, like for example, if you look in the past, like Napoleon, like Adolf, I don't want to say the full name, or whatever you want to name them, the
Hmm.
ones that people follow. He is in control of the beehive. That is the Antichrist, the one who controls the mind of the masses. You know.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just wanted to share that.
Yeah. I think. Yeah. It's beautiful. It's beautiful to have the shift of energy because you bring a very peaceful shift, and I think what you said there was very it's beautiful, and I think that yeah, this world needs to go back to the heart, Jesus. Like I try every day not to be. All of us have this egoic Luciferian side or whatever you want to call it, or but like there's just so much beauty in trying to just be let God let that heart take the reins. I guess that's the point of what I would say. And I know it is weird that they've been doing a lot of heart chakra stuff lately too. I've noticed a lot of the stuff we've talked about on the last couple live streams has been focused on the green color, which I guess is the heart chakra. So it seems interesting that that's
Mm.
been a subject that's been coming up lately. So, but yeah, I definitely think after I get off here, I'll try to go watch your video. It's on your channel, right? Because I know someone just
Yeah,
shared your channel in the, or I think Dr. Savage just put your channel in there for people to go to. So hopefully more people go to your channel.
I definitely made 2 videos in English about Jesus.
Where are you from?
Definitely
My
check it
girlfriend
out.
my girlfriend in the chat is asking where you're from because obviously she's German. I think she's just curious what part of Germany you're from. You don't have to tell like the actual like specific place, but
No, Trier, but again, I live in Lisbon or
Lisbon.
Almada.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. So hopefully that answers her. I think she's just my girlfriend's just curious. So, but and there's also Claudia's in here too. She's German. I guess I got a good amount of Germans in here. So that's nice to know. Maybe one day I'll actually do a full video of on gematria in German. That'll be a goal of mine is to be able to speak a whole video of gematria in German,
I
which I'm
found
not even
out
close.
a little bit stuff, definitely.
Yeah, but it's not an easy language for me. I've been I've been working on it, but I'll get there.
But if you don't know this, I don't know if I showed it to you, but with Death and Leben, I don't remember.
I don't think so. I don't
So
remember.
for example, that's definitely a good one. If you type in death,
Hold on a second. Like the word death, is that what you're saying?
yes, yes, yes. And then compare it with the German word for to live, life, Leben.
Laban?
L-E-B. Yeah.
Oh wow.
There you have the cycle.
Wow, that is interesting.
That's definitely an Easter egg.
Whoa. That's that's got me super intrigued there. I'm sure my girlfriend's probably thinking something. Leben is life in German, but death equals Leben. Hmm.
Interesting.
So I wonder if
That's the
that's like
cycle.
kind of symbolic. Jesus dies to the flesh, right? You die in order to live in the spirit. Maybe that's what that's kind of about. That
I
sounds,
think again, it's more like the rebirth aspect.
yeah. Well, I
If
think
you
that's
die,
what
you
Jesus.
come back again. If you still
Yeah.
have to figure stuff out.
Yeah. But there's like because there's to me there's the physical death, but then there's like the way obviously Jesus he had to give his flesh up, but he was resurrected, right? So yeah, it's kind of like that rebirth thing. But it's very interesting what you just showed
But
there. I don't
again,
know.
if you think like I said it, the humans getting born every day, and the sun just rebirthed again, the end of the year.
Uh-huh. Yeah, and that's why they love the symbol of the phoenix too, because that's a huge symbol of that as well. So, but yeah, that's an Easter egg that will definitely get my mind going a bit. I'll think more. Maybe I should actually start looking more into German word because I know that uh in German, this is one
Yeah,
I share off.
that's what I showed you. Yeah,
Yeah, so this always intrigued me. Weihnachten it's so crazy that Weihnachten equals Hitler in
yeah,
multiple
yeah.
cycles, and that's the German word for Christmas, right?
And
So
also the Latin one.
right. So and the Christmas also equals that, yeah. So definitely there is something with that because English does get a lot of its roots from German. So I think maybe I should maybe that's what I'm destined to do. Maybe that's why I met a girl from Germany and I'm supposed to do this German to English gematria connections, I guess, maybe.
Back in
So
the third times, that's what I decoded. I just put in several stuff about these times, and it was definitely coded back then. Back then, they focused definitely on Germany with gematria, and after the Second World War, they shifted to English.
hmm, yeah, that's
Just
interesting.
for example, this one is also you also know this word like Blitzkrieg. Type in
Uh-huh.
Blitzkrieg. You heard it before. It's a German word. It's also Blitz like lightning. And now a coincidence, a funny one. The big. I just type it in the chat. Just give me a second. Um, the biggest tank or the most known tank also from the Germans was the Königssieger.
Uh-huh.
And
Are you
also,
typing it in the chat?
yeah, and
Oh,
the
okay.
Königs, yeah, type it in like this because it's actually typed in like it's actually spelled like this, but Ö is a umlaut. It's not a letter, if you like.
Uh-huh.
And he changed the calculator, and now if you type in a Ö, it would do it like a O, but
Uh-huh.
but he just changed it a year ago or something like this. But
Hmm.
technically, it's not a letter. And it's a super match of Blitzkrieg, the biggest German tank.
And my girlfriend's probably loving this. She's in the chat. Blitzkrieg is on the Illuminati card, she says. So, wow.
But of course, just a coincidence, and there's so much more about this time.
Uh-huh. I mean, that's super interesting numbers right there. I mean, that's got that 56 and all that. Joseph knows that 56 and that reduction cipher is huge. So
Yeah, that was a suspect's name today. Equaled 56 on that cipher.
yeah, yeah, they love that 56 and that cipher, man. That's mind control. That's the eye
Masonic
of
ritual, all seeing
yeah,
eye,
all
the
seeing
C
eye
word,
of Horus.
Anthony Fauci, COVID, VACCINE.
Yeah, Corona. Yeah, they love that 56 there.
Yep.
And yeah, I don't know that 56. I don't know.
Freemasons
Sometimes I don't.
56.
What is for?
Freemasons.
Oh yeah, yeah, Freemasons.
A lot of stuff is
Interesting.
56.
But yeah, I definitely be looking
And
more
I don't
into.
know what people never show the beginning of all Matrix movies. All Matrix movies start with the number 56.
Really?
Yeah, have you recognized this? I think this is the biggest one about 56. It's crazy.
So they start with the 56, but like where? Like in the just in the beginning, like they show a
Yeah,
scene
the
with.
beginning.
Huh? Did you know that, Joseph?
It
No,
zooms
I didn't know that.
into the when the numbers starting to type in, and then it starts to zoom into the number, and then just like 5, 6, and then appears the 0 in the middle.
Hmm. Okay, that's interesting. I
The
never. I'll
Matrix.
have to go check that out.
Also
Because
in
like,
the new movie, they also just what do they say? They say like uh, this is weird. This looks like some kind of old code. It looks kind of familiar.
Mhm.
And the numbers start to appear because it's an old code. Gematria is an old code, it goes back to Babylon.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah,
joke. And then it
it
zooms
really
into
is.
the 56.
Yeah, I have a lot of 56 in my history here, and I always get reminded how big this number is when I really go back and look at everything. So
You remember the
you know,
coronation was on 5-6, and coronation equals 56.
yep, yep, that was another 56, and a royal family, right?
Oh
Equals
yeah, royal
56.
family too. Yeah.
Oh, and this thing today was all about ISIS, which is 56. Supposedly the guy was from there. And South Korea equals 56 too. I Seong Young, the guy in the Squid
Yeah.
Games, royal family.
Seung Gi Hun is 56. Yeah.
Donnie Darko. I mean, Jeremy Reeves, that was that guy who just proposed to his girlfriend. Power outage.
You remember the hurricane Milton? Hurricane equals 56, Tropicana 56, and Athletics 56. Remember they took down the Tropicana casino on the same day to for the Athletics to play there, the same day as the hurricane.
Yeah.
Hurricane Milton 83, Tropicana Field 83 on the day, leaving 83 days left in the year, and there was another 83 connected to the Twisters movie. I think it was like 83 days after the Twisters movie, and Twisters is 83 or something like that.
Mhm. Yeah. That was one of our biggest ones this year, man. That hurricane. That was
Mm-hmm.
one of the highlights of the year, I think.
Well, remember,
Sometimes
not
I
only
think
the 56, but Tropicana, Hurricane, and Athletics, they're like a perfect match in three ciphers.
yeah.
It's
Yeah, and you
crazy.
got a piece of that. You got a piece of that roof, don't you? That
Yep, I
Tropicana
went
roof.
down there. Yep, because I live
Yeah.
about an hour from the stadium. I drove down there and grabbed some of the roof and went live.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. What's funny, Joseph, is before I really like knew you well on YouTube, when I was a way smaller channel,
Mm-hmm.
before we really like connected a lot, I was living out of my car right where you're at pretty much.
Oh,
Um,
really?
I had like a an old Acura, like just kind of a SUV style Acura. What was that? I can't remember what the style of that car was anymore. But anyway, I had my little bed back there. I had everything I needed. I was escaping the winter in Ohio, and I was just chilling down there by the springs, and every day
Nice.
going to the spring and just chilling. And like once I learned that you lived in that area, I was like, man, I was literally like right there, like in your area, like just to the north of you,
Right.
where you're at. So actually, I spent a lot of time in Ocala, but I did make my way a bit more south too. Actually, what was the town? I was near that Rainbow Springs. You know what that is?
Yeah.
And I always went there, man, because like I love those springs, and it was always hot
Yeah. The
anyway. So
springs here in Florida are great. They're a
yeah,
little cold sometimes, but they're great.
yeah, they are cold, but it's refreshing though. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like a refreshing cold. So
Yeah. It's hot enough outside.
yeah. So, but I just thought that was funny that I spent a lot of time down where you're at, and then I learned later that that's where you're based out of. So it's funny.
Right.
Well, I don't know if you guys have anything else to add and different, and I guess we'll say our final things because I'll get ready to wrap the stream up, I guess. But we can go round table, and Joseph, if you have anything last to say, and then end different.
Just one more. Well, two more things. Number one, I still see Smith in the chat is still upset. I want to know how me and Smith can move forward in a positive way because, like I said, I have nothing against Smith. Whatever he's ever said about me, I forgive him. He said something like, I'm going to copy his work and repeat it in a month. Well, Smith, you just said you don't do gematria. Most of what I do is talking about gematria. So in that case, there's nothing to copy, right? So I think we should just, whatever beef we have, Smith, squash it here and now, and let's move on and act like Jesus, right? So that's the first thing. And the other thing, I came into your live late because I was live, right? Did you talk about the power outage happened on the day Commodus died? Did you mention that?
Commodus died. No, I didn't. Oh
Yeah,
wait, yeah. Shoot,
remember
I
Commodus?
forgot all about that.
Yeah, that was like my first slide in my decode yesterday because I connected it to Obama's movie, which is Leave the World Behind, which is 192. Commodus died in the year 192, and Obama equals 192, right? And Obama's movie ends in the Commodus bunker, right? That's the connection. And Commodus died December 31st. That was the day of the blackout yesterday. So I wasn't sure if you mentioned that or not. I thought that was pretty wild, the Commodus connection.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And
That's
then
pretty
all the
crazy.
stuff. I mean, remember, she finishes the last episode of Friends in the Commodus bunker. The last episode's called The Last One, which equals power outage and multiple ciphers. I think you
Really?
were the one who found that, Cody, when we did the
Yeah,
decode back in
probably back then.
2023. Wow, that's
Yeah.
crazy to say 2023 when we're here in 2025, ain't it? But
Time
yeah, I
is
think you
moving
found that.
fast.
Time is going by fast, which I think is biblical. But yeah, White Lion is a perfect match to Power Grid in 3 ciphers. But anyways, the stuff we found with this power outage, the fact that it was 149 days after Obama's birthday and it was Luma Energy, which is 149 like Antichrist. But the stuff you found was so good, I just want to repeat it again. Here, because we connected it basically. Leave the World Behind had a premiere, it had a release in theaters, and it had a Netflix release, right? And we connected all 3 of those releases perfectly to what happened in Puerto Rico yesterday. Number one, it happened exactly 58 weeks and 0 days after Leave the World Behind was released in theaters. All right. 58 weeks later. Puerto Rico equals 58. Power equals 58. All right. Then Cody found that it was exactly 14 months and 6 days after the premiere of Leave the World Behind. Power outage equals 146. Then Cody found that it was 61 weeks and 6 days after the premiere, and that's Blackout is 616.
Mm-hmm.
And then you also found that it was 433 days after the premiere, and the 84th prime number is 433. And of course, Obama equals 84, right? Born on 84. And then,
Exactly.
by the way, Garo talks a lot about the number 433. He can explain it better than I can. But yeah, for more on the 433, check out Garo. And then also, it was released on Netflix on December 8th, 2023. The power outage came 389 days after it was released on Netflix. And the 77th prime number is 389, and power equals 77. And then, like Cody showed, the Eagles with the flip the switch, which equals 1318, which is the verse about the number of the beast. By the way, power equals Barack Obama. And then it was also 116 days before the governor of Puerto Rico's birthday, which is Barack Hussein Obama, and all that. But hey, how crazy! We haven't talked since I did my Squid Game decode. How crazy, Cody, that and you were so helpful, man, with the Han Duck, dude. I about lost my mind that day. Han Duck Sue 456, and that comes out right before Squid Game. Of course, all about 456 players competing for 45.6 billion Korean won. And player 456, his name equals 456. And they got that new president 45 weeks and 6 days from the birthday of player 456. And Squid Game Season 1 came out 45 weeks and 6 days from his birthday. And it also came out 45 weeks and 6 days from Obama's birthday. And President Barack Hussein Obama is 456. And if we go back 456 days before Squid Game came out, we land on Han Duck Sue's birthday, which is June 18th, which is the same day Joe Biden fell off the bike 456 days after he fell down the stairs, right? So you got all that 456. And then the same day as the plane crash in South Korea, which Squid Game is out of South Korea, if you go back 456 days before Jimmy Carter died, you land on his birthday, right?
Yeah,
And
that's
then
big too, right there.
that news was also the death of Jimmy Carter was 45 weeks and 6 days from the birthday of Georgia. So that 456 was crazy. But long story short, dude, so many crazy things I could mention, but for the sake of time, I'll keep it short. I've been talking about Squid Game and Obama for over 3 years, right? And the biggest number I talk about with Obama is the 222. So what are the odds Squid Game Season 2 comes out 222 days from Obama's birthday, and then the star of the new season is player number 222, and her name in the show is a perfect match to Squid Game and Freemason, right? And then remember how the first Squid Game, after the first game in Season 1, they're down to 201 players, 201. Well, in Season 2, after the first 2 games, 201 people have been eliminated. And the prize pool is like 20.1 billion. So they literally mentioned the 201 again. Then I mentioned the vote was 181. And then 2 days later, there's a South Korea plane with 181 on board. When South Korea plane equals 181, like Barack Obama's 181, it's like, what kind of matrix is this? But anyways, just want to mention those few things, and that's pretty much what I got. But thanks for having me, dude. It was definitely good to come up and hang out. And again, Mr. Smith, I love you, man. Just let's all work together. Let's all act like Jesus, man. But yeah, that's pretty much what I got, man.
All right, yeah, no problem, man. I'm glad to have you on, and thanks for sharing that stuff. Make sure you guys head over to his channel and watch his video from earlier also. And
yeah, I'll hop off. I'll throw my link in there. And keep up the great work, man. You're an inspiration. Yeah. You help keep me going, man. Knowing it's not just me out here doing this. So I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, I appreciate you too, man. Thanks so much, and have a good rest of your day over there.
You too, man. And talk to you soon.
All right. See
Later.
Ciao.
All right, and Ziffern, you're up.
Yeah. Maybe a quick one too. Maybe your girlfriend will like this. Can you share the screen?
Share the screen, yeah. You can share your screen, and I can add the screen on if you want.
How does this work?
There should be a place in the back office there where you can press share screen, and then once that appears in my chat, I can put you on.
Okay.
You see that button back there? I don't know where it's exactly at. It should be right next to the settings. There you go. I see you.
Okay.
All right, you're up.
Cool, cool, cool. Yeah. Not really good prepared. Well,
No
let's
problem.
go. A
Your
quick
time.
one. Maybe, do you know Falco? I don't really like the music, but do you know him?
Falco.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, I know of him. I never listened to his music though.
Yeah, and also about this time, it was called Neue Deutsche Welle, the new German wave, and
Oh, really?
just yeah, that's music area is called. There was a big focus about German music with also Nena, like 99 air balloons or stuff like this. A big, just a quick one because I can recommend to watch this movie. Mm. Because this definitely it gives me these vibes, with Falco. Um, you can say like, for example, Eyes Wide Shut or whatever is the best Hoover movie or conspiracy or whatever, But this movie is crazy. I can recommend to watch this movie. It's insane. But
Under the
also
Silver Lake.
yeah, his last song it was like well, Out of the Dark. Just to see the lyrics. It was in English, Into the Light, blah blah blah. It was. It's not that much English, okay, but the lyrics are pretty dark, and right after, or I think this song got released after his death or something like this. This was also the story about his. This was pretty strange, and for me, this is definitely an example how the cult also works. Also the trauma aspect, because back then I was like a little kid, and I remember this came on TV and there were speculations about that he killed himself or whatever, and his strange last song and so on. It was pretty dark, and it was a strange feeling for me, back then, definitely. It was trauma. And
Yeah.
yeah, just to finish this now, just look at this, man. It's
Okay.
pretty easy. Just check this out, man. 1998, 26. When did he die?
Wow.
February 6, 1998.
Huh. Wow. Wow.
And
That's good.
everything around the story was kind of strange. And again, the focus was about the German with the new German wave. And what this was about, it was basically managers from the US got to Germany and was focusing on German musicians, but they implemented this gematria stuff and so on. It's always the managers. It's never
Right.
the like Falco or whatever. The musicians. They are not doing that. It's the managers.
Yeah. Yeah. The musicians, they just want to focus on doing the music. I know how that is.
Yeah. But
Because
yeah,
I play music too, so I have a lot of I love music, so I never listened to this guy's songs though, but yeah, I'll take a listen. But what you just shared with his death date and his gematria, that's good. That's really good.
yeah, pretty easy example, I would say.
Yep, that's a really good example of using all the gematria the values to get the guy's death date. I'm not sure I've ever seen that, to be honest. So I'll have to watch for that again in future decodes to see if I've seen that with anyone else, but I've never seen that before. So
Yeah, and then Under the Silver Lake. Just watch the movie. It's crazy.
Okay, yeah. I'll check that out. I'll definitely check it out.
But yeah, then I would say thank you for your work. And yeah, I wish you all the best for the new year, 2025. And yeah, just one thing that comes to my mind again. Have you heard about the Deagle list?
Yeah, yeah. My girlfriend
Yeah.
often actually brings that up often.
Yeah, we are now here. Yay! Let's see what it brings.
Yeah. We'll see. Yeah.
Crazy,
We'll see
crazy,
if that
crazy.
I might have to
But
do
yeah,
like more research into that Deagle list and see if there's anything I can find with that. But
I also
yeah,
remember that. Yeah.
we're here in 2025, everyone, and what a way to bring in the new year. And yeah, just we'll see what happens. We'll just say that. All
Yeah.
right, man.
Then
Well,
thank you. I head out.
all right.
Yo,
Yeah. Have a good rest of your night, and thanks for coming on. And look forward to talking to you again.
thank you. Ciao.
See you. All right. Well, thank you so much to my friends for coming on. Let me give a big shout out to Enzifern and to Joseph Aquaviva. And big shout out to also Smith W. I know that you weren't so happy, but big shout out to you as well. Thank you for at least coming on and taking your time to be in my chat tonight, guys. I appreciate all of you and all the people in the chat. Dr. Savage, all my friends in the chat. Claudia, thank you. Thanks to all the Germans in the chat. I appreciate you. Cohen, researcher Ant, much love. Visionary Vet, also much love. Spiral Spec, hello. I don't know. I'm Cody. I don't know who, but much love to you if your name is Cody also. Um, yeah, I think that's it, guys. I think we'll wrap it up. Have a good day, and let's have a good new year together, and we'll keep cracking codes in this 2025. So with that being said, take care, and we'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.